Welcome back, everybody. In this video we are going to set up some custom events. So at the moment the base analytics manager is sending in the start, the quit, and the on application focus events. But we
it's the only thing that's going with that, like your ID. It's just like this person did this person left, this person started.
So the only thing that's sending in is this is the app ID. I've gone to Cognito and I've looked up an ID to assign to you, and I've said this should be your computer's ID, and this is the event that they did.
Sweet.
That's all it's doing so far. So let's quickly talk about the Cognito part for a second there. What it's saying is when I said this is the ID that this computer is, when we first launched the game, and it was the first time that this device had seen the analytics manager, it says, "Hello, Cognito, I don't know who I am. Please tell me who I am." So it goes up to Cognito, and Cognito says, "This is your ID. So save this ID against yourself." So cache it and remember it. And it saves it somewhere. And so now every single event that happens from this computer will always have that Cognito ID against it. So by looking at a Cognito ID and the app ID, we know that we're looking at the same person in the same app. Cool. Or we're looking at the same device in the same app.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so we can now push in some extra details. So let's put in here private custom event. So this custom event is from Amazon again, saying, "Hello, what extra details do you want to give to me?" And we'll call it get base event attributes. And we're going to pass in a string and call the string event type. Okay, get base event attributes. Yes, I have spelled that correctly.
Yep.
Custom event. Now, I always, anything that's going to be returning anything, the first thing I do is call it retval for return value, is equal to a new custom event, and the custom event says what is the event type that I am, so we're going to pass in event type, and then I go return retval, so now my method builds and doesn't have any problems with it. That's just how I work. If you work differently, go for it.
But we can put more information on this.
Yeah, cool. So now we can go retval dot. So whenever you want to have an analytical thing happen, you have a metric, which is an event that or a count of thing, and then you have an attribute, which is a way of describing that thing that happened.
Right, but there's global attributes and global metrics.
Yeah, we're ignoring all those. So we're going to look at just attributes
I'll ignore them too, then.
And metrics.
All right,
yes,
cool.
Please do. So inside of attribute, let's put in an attribute. So every time we send an event, from now on, every time we send an event, well, that is not just the base start ones, we're going to say get base event attributes, which is going to create this custom event. And now we can say that every single event that we now send will have all this extra stuff about it.
Yes.
So inside of here, we will put in level name, which is from level manager.instance.level name that we just inserted in the last video.
All right, yeah.
We can say retval.add attribute level version is equal to level manager.instance.level version.
Sweet.
And let's look into some other things that are just interesting to capture. Retval.add attribute. Let's look at operating system.
Oh, that's a good one.
And we'll go to, where do we get this one from? System info dot. Hey, there's all kind of cool things in here. So we can see, does my device support copy textures, or what type of device?
Device type.
What graphics type am I going to be using? So
that's pretty cool. Is it graphics type? Oh, the API that's
device
used.
Type, device name. So you can grab all kinds of information about what this hardware can do.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so then you could do, someone was having some frame rate issues on something, and this is the device that ID had against it.
We'd also be able to see, like, okay, what operating system or what system is the most commonly used for playing our game.
Exactly.
Target audiences based on that.
So I'm just going to add in some ones that I already know are here. So operating system. Wait, what was that one? Operating system family.
Let's do both.
What is the operating system family the game is running on? Well, I'm adding you in.
Do them all.
Family.
Analytics is all about getting as much data as you can, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Now, if this is anything like Adobe Analytics, formerly known as Site Catalyst, then this will be Windows, and this will be Windows 10.
Oh, okay.
So you can then say, hey, aggregate at the the operating system type level and then go down to the individual details.
Cool.
Okay,
I probably
so
want to string probably.
operating system family is that dot to string. I don't know what's in there, but we'll find out pretty soon. Hopefully it's what we think it is. Dot add. I know that operating system is the one that I want.
Yeah. Okay.
What else do we want to have about this one? Let's put in a model name.
And probably like your hardware identifier.
Info dot yep. So I got a device model. So let's call our thing as correctly what they think it is. Device model, dev device model. We've now got a device model. What else do we have on the device? We've got a device type. Device type needs a toString on it. Type and one more. Device ID. Oh, sorry, device unique identifier. So what this
same
one?
Thing, I guess.
Yeah, same thing. ID. Yeah. So what is this device ID? This is the ID of this hardware that we're currently running on, and that is separate to the Cognito ID that Cognito is providing. So we just have two of these IDs. They're not a one-to-one mapping. They have no relation to each other. We just happen to have an ID from Cognito, and we happen to have an ID of the device.
Cool.
So that would be pretty handy if we were a game publisher or a game developer and we had 3 different games out there. We would be able to group by, if I had all 3 of those games running on my, had run all 3 of those games on my hardware, then we'd be able to see, hey, it's the same device unique ID. That's that same hardware running across all 3 of those games.
Oh, this guy must like our games to keep playing them.
Yeah. Go him, hooray, whoever you are, Mr. 56829, whatever a good ID would be.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, after that, we've got every single event that we send in is now going to have all of this information available to it. Cool. Let's put in another thing, which is add metrics. So we've got our attributes that describe what the event is or what the state of things were at that event time. Let's also put in a metric, and we're just going to call this one count, and we'll put in 1.
Why not 2?
Because if you wanted to count how many times the player was spotted by the enemy, you would do select everything, all of the metrics where event type was player spotted by enemy, and then sum up the count.
And that event type would contain level name version, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Okay.
So then we could say, awesome, let's sum up on count, which means if there were 5 events and there were 5 ones, then that would give us a sum of 5.
Oh.
Whereas if you said, why don't we use 2? If we use 2, then it would be you'd been spotted twice in the 1 point.
Oh, good.
Ooh. So there are reasons where you might want to put more than 1 in there.
I can't think of any.
I can, but it's more related to not so much a count, but a timer. Like, hey, this person was in level 4 3 seconds. Let's go ahead and sum up all the times that someone was in the level 4. So we'll be exploring more metrics later on in future. But we've got the add attributes.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. So this is not all the attributes that you can have. You can have, we're going to put a lot more attributes on each specific event type. However, these are the attributes that will be across all events.
Just all the base ones.
Yes. Okay, and with that one there done, we also want to actually send our analytics, our custom events, which is private void send event. And we are going to, when we send event, we need to say custom event data, and string event type. Okay, and what do we need to put inside of this method? We need to put in there analytics manager dot record event and event data. Rightio, so that's all we need to put in there. This is going to say, I am going to take the event that you have given to me. I am going to send it off to the analytics manager to capture it.
Easy.
But there's one more thing that I want to do, which is for our debugging purposes. I want us to see in the console of Unity as things are sent. So
that makes sense.
Let's quickly put in here string log equal to, you know what, I'm going to come back and code that method soon because it's a bit of an ugly one. Debug.log, and we will just put in here event data.toString. event data dot toString. I don't think this will work, but it should at least show us that an event is being fired. I think we might need that other method that will be coming soon, which is a really ugly method, which will actually split it out properly and say these are the events, these are the attributes and things.
Map out a dictionary to the console.
Pretty much, yeah. So let's run. Well, now we need to actually call get base event and send event.
So we're going to do that.
We'll do that in... Has this one got an update method? It should have an update method. It doesn't have an update method. There it is. If input dot get key down, input dot pick a letter, Nick, any letter. P. Input dot, hang on, keycode dot P. If you press the P button, then we will do a, what was the method name?
Get base analytics.
Get base event attributes. Get base event attributes. This one we'll call it Nix event.
Yeah, made it.
You want me to call it? Yeah, made it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to call it Nix event. Yeah, made it. And then we're going to do send event. And if we're going to send an event, then we need to pass in a custom event. So we may as well just pass this whole thing into there. Wait. There we go.
Yeah.
Great. Having fun with my typing today.
Oh, you also need to pass in the
send event
name.
says it also needs to have the event type, so I should just we will do it this way. And string event type is equal to Nix event. My typing is getting
so you can't get the event type off the custom event thing.
We could, but we're not going to.
All right, fair enough.
This is just a quick method that's going to be destroyed soon.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Let's go back to Unity. That one. Press play.
Alright.
Check out the console. Hey, we've attached ourselves. And now we'll run over here and we'll press P. Hooray! It's sent an event. It's sent an event. Send events! They're pretty pointless events right now, though, and my toString didn't quite work as I hoped it would. We're just saying we're sending a custom event because that's what the toString is.
Well, yeah.
Great. Anyway, okay, cool. So that finishes up this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Cool.